Welcome to studies session number 6, study and exam strategies. We've gone through a few already, but here's a couple more that your teachers have generously shared with me, so I thought I'd pass them on to you. This is a quicker video than the rest, but still really helpful considering your exams are coming up really fast. Okay, to start. This one's come from Mr. Lam. It's called the 3-2-1 bridge. I haven't ever used this one actually, but I think it's actually a really great one. It's basically when you are unpacking some big amount of content or an article or a video, and you break it down to 3 key ideas, 2 questions, and 1 example or a way to remember it. So it asks you to reflect and organise on your thoughts, your ideas, your questions, and understandings about a topic, and then to connect it to new thinking about the topic after you receive some instruction. Usually this 3-2-1 bridge is used to compare thoughts at the end of an investigation. So that could be reading an article or a science experiment or working through a maths problem. You can compare and contrast knowledge from before and after. Really helpful. So like as I was saying, you could use it for unpacking a big critical article that your history, geography, English teacher maybe have given you to help you consolidate your knowledge or increase your vocabulary. So if you can use that 3-2-1 bridge, it reduces the amount of taking in of information of something that is really dense. You can also use this on videos. It's a really great way to keep you engaged as well, rather than just taking, like we said last week, passive notes. Okay, next one is called Edrollo. I'm sure most of you have heard of Edrollo. Some of your teachers will have an account ready for you already. I know PDHPE certainly does. And this is used to quiz yourself, consolidate knowledge, make notes, give you extra information, consolidate what your teachers already told you. Now, I know for a fact that this is not used the way it should be because teachers can see when they're logged in or not. And most students do not utilize this tool, which is a mistake because it's really helpful. Highly recommend you ask your teacher if you have an account, if you're not sure if you do or not. Not all teachers will have one, but we can certainly set them up. Next one is Quizlet. This is something I've only just discovered myself and I love it. This allows you to make your own flashcards, test yourself with timing, and it's really great for remembering quotes, dates, techniques, rubric terminology, syllabus dot points, those sorts of things. Really helpful. You can do a range of little activities to test yourself, and then your teacher can also do little quizzes in class, which is what I've been doing with my year 11s in English, and it's honestly increasing the vocabulary really well. Next one is lunch study. I've mentioned this before. When we started these sessions, we committed to giving up one of our lunch times to do some study. And unfortunately, I haven't seen much of that happen. I know it's difficult. I know it's hard to, want to go and switch on your brain when you just want to have a break. But once a week is something that you can do. Like I said, maths is down there every single day. And any teacher will be happy to help you out if you can just pre-arrange it. So please use it. It's, like I said to you last time, it's actually free tuition. And the next one is after school study. Again, this is not utilised at all. I see maybe 3 people up there from year 11, if that, and I'm up there a fair bit in the afternoons just because I run extension. But again, this is really good tool to give you some dedicated time. Just do a little bit of extra study, especially coming up to exams. You have teachers up there that can help you. You have other students up there. There's quite a few year 12s up there at the moment, and they are generous with their time. And so if you have some questions, you can ask them or you can ask the teachers. But again, if you don't use these spaces, these quiet spaces that are clutter-free and can help you switch on, it just means that you're not utilizing your time well, because you can't do that when you go home. Often you are busy, you have other things going on. So you need to use these areas. It's open Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday afternoons, and a great tool just to make sure you get a little bit more extra study done. This one, revisit, refine, and relearn. Basically, this one, Miss Neil reminded me of this one. It's basically revisit your content, refine your skills, and relearn through practice. Seems pretty simple, but if you are often sitting there stuck and going, oh, I do not know how to study for this subject, go back to this little revisit, refine, relearn. It'll help you get you back on track. A couple of little tricks that we can just, guide your thinking in the right way that's going to make it more efficient for you. And this one's really important, your physical and mental health. Please don't forget that it's so important for your exam time. In fact, it's more important. You need to get sleep, you need to eat well, and you need to exercise. I'm not talking that you have to hit the gym, even just a little walk with your dog or a walk outside. It has a huge impact on your ability to learn and retain information. I know that for sure. That is actually a no-brainer, and often is very much forgotten. So how can you possibly do your best if you're not sleeping? How can you remember and put things into your own words when you're not eating well? And the exercise is used just to clear the clutter in your brain to help you be able to, retain information as well as you can. So top 10 study tips, just a quick one. Pick a place and a time to study. I've given you 2 already at school that can help you. Study every day, even if it's just a little bit. Plan your time, even if that's also breaking down exam times and doing it, practice for that. Discover your learning style. Do you respond to visuals on your bathroom mirror like I do? Or are you a note taker and you want to put it into a digital format on your computer? Everyone's different. Review and revise all your work. Take breaks. Don't get overwhelmed. Ask for help. Stay motivated. In the scheme of life, your year 11 and 12 years are just a blip and it will go quickly, but you have to stay motivated and it can be really hard. App it up. There's lots of apps out there that's going to help you organise your study and look after yourself. And top 10 exam tips in particular. Find out about the exam. Every one of them is different. Your teacher knows what's in them. They can help you prepare for that. Ask for help. Sort out your subject material. You've probably got loads of notes. How can you possibly revise every single thing? You can't. You need to put it into a format that is easily accessible. Review past exam papers so it's not a surprise. Know where to go. Make sure you know that timetable. Know what time your exam starts. Be there early. They won't wait for you. Don't cram the night before. In fact, I say to my students, the night before is kind of too late. That's when you're getting your sleep. That's when you're going to try and relax. You're not going to cram anything the night before. Keep your cool. It's okay. These are just exams. They don't define you. Use your reading time in exams. Go through those questions carefully. Break them down so you know what you're answering. And if you have time at the end of your exams, review your answers. That's a really good thing because sometimes we might miss a question and have forgotten that, and then that's marks just gone. So remember, we have 1 week to go, plus 3 days. We've got this. We will get through it together and you'll be fine. And remember, after that, we start year 12. So what a great way to see where we're at and gauge how we're going to progress into year 12.